Hello, everybody, and welcome back to our transition series called Be Awesome and Go Big. I really hope you enjoyed the first session where we were introducing some of the topics that we were going to be looking at. This second session is called Unlocking Your Mind, and we're really going to look at some of the techniques that you can use to choose your frame of mind to be the most successful that you can possibly be. We're going to carry on this journey looking at your transition into secondary school and hopefully giving you some tips and some confidence with that move. Today, we're going to hear from Matthew Syed and from Gemma Oaten again, whose message last time was absolutely brilliant, and hopefully you got an awful lot from it. So last session, we decided that we wanted to go from kid average to kid awesome. And we asked the question, what is holding us back? What are those thoughts, feelings, worries, and concerns that are holding us back from being the most awesome version of ourselves that we can? And we decided that from here on, we are going to choose our attitude. So to introduce today's session, we've got a video here from Matthew Syed. If you are reading the book alongside these sessions, then you can go ahead and read from page 46 up to 93. Like I said before, it doesn't matter if you don't have the book. Everything will make perfect sense as we go through it anyway. So click the link below this video to watch this introduction from Matthew. So pause this video now and go and watch that video. Brilliant. And a big thank you to Matthew for introducing our session again. So today we're going to look at the big, amazing thing inside your head, which is your brain. Your brain controls every thought, everything that you do. And we're going to look at how we can utilize that to make us the most awesome version of ourselves that we can. We're going to look at whether you think people might have a fixed mindset or a growth mindset, and more on that in a moment. So did you know that your mind is a very, very powerful thing? It controls your thoughts, it allows you to focus, and it will help you to achieve if you utilize it in the correct way. Thinking about your mind then, can you unlock it? Can you lock it off? And the answer is yes, you can. You can do both of these things. It is a choice that you have as to whether you unlock your mind to new possibilities or whether you close it down and shut it off. It is a choice. A lady called Carol Dweck, who is a famous psychologist, says that there's two different mindsets. There is a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. And we want to aim towards having a growth mindset because that is the secret of success. In order to understand how to do that, we need to have a little look at what a fixed mindset is. So a fixed mindset, people think that they can only be good at something if they're born gifted or talented at that thing, and therefore won't try hard to overcome it. You either think that you've got a talent for something or you don't. There's nothing that you can do to change it, no matter how hard you try. People think that they're born good at maths or brilliant at tennis, able to sing like an opera diva or nail a dragon flip on the skateboard on the first go. Here's a quotation from You Are Awesome. It says, the problem with this mindset is that if you believe you're born great at things or not, then you also believe that you can't practice or try hard to improve because it wouldn't make a difference. You either have it or you don't. And that's a really dangerous mindset to get into, because if you don't think that you can improve anything, you are not going to try, you're not going to push yourself, and ultimately you're not going to achieve well. So people who struggle think it's always going to be that way. And people who don't struggle assume that they're always going to be intelligent for life. Well, they're both wrong. People with a fixed mindset often say some of these things. We're all rubbish at maths in our family. Or my memory's always been bad. I can't remember things. I don't have the coordination for sport. Or they might say, I've always been bright, so I don't need to try. I'm not a very confident person. Or hard work is for other people. I'm a natural. Either way, then it's a bad mindset to get ourselves into. So let's have a think about a growth mindset then. Growth mindset. People believe that their intelligence and ability can be improved with effort and the right strategies. They will confront challenges, they have a passion for learning, and they view failure as a springboard for growth. Again, from You Are Awesome, it says that this mindset is linked to happiness and achievement in life. Because what it tells you is that anything is possible, and anything is possible if you put that growth mindset to work and you work hard for it. So people with a growth mindset may say some of these things. I'm not able to do this yet. Feedback will help me to get better. I sometimes make mistakes, and that's good because I can learn from them and get even better. If I put more effort in, I will get better. I welcome new challenges. I enjoy new challenges. I can improve in this area if I practice. One word on there that really is important for me is mistakes. Some people view mistakes as a bad thing, and I don't agree with that. Mistakes are a fantastic thing when you are learning because you learn from them and you get better because of them. So a little task for you, just to pause, excuse me, for you to pause and have a little think about. The task here is for you to have a look at these two people, at these two different mindsets. Which mindset do you think you are and why? Does it change depending on different situations in your life? Are you someone who thinks that you are just born intelligent, or do you agree that you often need to work hard? Have a look at that, have a look at those questions, pause this video now for a few minutes and have a go at answering them for me. Great. I hope you've had a chance to have a think about that and have a think about where your mindset is right now. And if you're thinking that you are more of a fixed mindset person, then that's not a problem, because what we're here to do is to discuss how we can use our mind to unlock that growth mindset and to move towards that potential. So let's stay on this awesome mission and understand how we can get a growth mindset and change those fixed mindset voices that we hear in our heads. When your brain tries to tell you that you can't do this because I'm not very good at it, or I can't do this because I've never been good at that, make sure you tell it that it is talking nonsense. Control those thoughts and don't allow them to get you into that fixed mindset headlock. Think about a way to work through that information. This means that we have to wrestle some other negative thoughts away. And there's ways of doing this. We all have negative thoughts sometimes, and we have to work hard to keep them away so that we can do our best. Here's an activity that I'd like you to have a go at, and it might take you a little while, so you can pause this video, have a go at this, and then come back when you've completed it. I want you to have a think about this worry jar. What are things that you tend to worry about which might stop you from trying something new or difficult? I want you to get some strips of paper and write them down, or if you can write them down in your booklet. Put the strips of paper in a worry jar, any jam jar, pot, cup, or something will do. And then in a week's time, I'd like you to come back and look at those strips of paper again, maybe with a parent or a sibling or somebody who you trust, and see if those worries are still there and if they still apply. If they don't, throw them away. If that worry has gone away, throw away that piece of paper. Anything that's left, take a look at those and think, is there somebody that you can talk to about those worries? Is there something that you can do about those worries to help with them? So what I'd like you to do in just a moment is to pause this video, get your booklet or some piece of paper and have a go at writing down some of the things that you are worrying about. Pop them in the jar and put that to one side. Okay, pause the video now and have a go at that activity. Great. Well done for having a go at that. It can be a difficult task to have a go at that one because it's asking you to really think about things that you're worried about, and that can be difficult. So well done. You can only change the way that you think if you practice. You need to get the right kind of practice. Okay, so some practical ideas here. Practice skills which are going to help you to achieve your goals. Do your research or ask for help so that you know what to practice. Practice specific things and test yourself from memory. Practice things over and over again. Practice things in different ways. Challenge yourselves. When I was younger, my go-to was always that I couldn't do maths. I always thought I was rubbish at maths. I can't do maths, I would say over and over again. And even one of my teachers said once that I wouldn't do very well in my maths GCSE. So what I did, I had two choices. I could either just fail it and prove everybody right, including myself, or I could practice and try really, really hard. And I did. I practiced. And I practiced twice as hard for my maths tests as I did for any other test that I did. And actually, I got the same results in maths as I did in the subjects that I was good at. I just had to practice harder. And it was worth it because I proved my own inner voice wrong and I proved other people wrong. Yes, I had to do more work, but that's fine because the more work, the more hard work you do, the more you get out of it in the long run. So in secondary school, you're going to end up doing subjects that you've never done before. You're going to be asked to work in ways that are new and work with people who are different to you. You might find work challenging because you're in a new key stage. You might find that you've forgotten a lot because you haven't been to school in a while. You may be with people who you think are more clever than you, or be with people who think are perhaps not as clever as you. You're going to be in some very different situations, and that's really exciting, but can be nerve-wracking. So what will your brain say when you're faced with these things? Is it going to say, I can't do it, I won't ever be able to do it? Or will it say, I'm going to try hard, practice, and not give up? Well, what your brain says to these challenges is entirely up to you. You choose how you respond to these challenges. Don't fear failure and mistakes. That's how we learn to be better. Most people who have had success have all made lots of mistakes and failed before those successes came. Anybody who has been really successful in their field has not got it right every single time. They learn from that mistake and then they get better. It's such an important part of life. So if you don't believe me, let's have a look at J.K. Rowling, who wrote the Harry Potter series, who's one of the richest women in the world right now, and the most successful, certainly. J.K. Rowling was 32 years old when the first Harry Potter book was published. 12 publishers rejected the book. She never gave up, even though 12 publishers didn't think Harry Potter was worth anything. And she said, failure taught me things about myself that I could have learned no other way. I discovered that I had a strong will and more discipline than I had suspected. We're going to hear from Gemma again here, and she's going to tell us about her experiences of never giving up. And these videos are really great to hear that experience from somebody who is out there and is successful. So pause this video and click the link below for Gemma's message, and then come back to this one when you're finished. Great. And a massive thank you to Gemma again for recording these and sharing her experiences. So I want you to use this time before you come into year 7 and secondary school to have a go at things. Just a final task for you to have a think about now. And again, I'll ask you to pause in a moment to have a go at it. Can you identify 3 things that you say you can't do and write them down? Now, write each thing down using a growth mindset approach. So for example, I can't do maths turns into I'm going to practice the things in maths that I can't do yet. Think of something you've always wanted to get better at and write it down. How do you think you could practice that thing now? So again, pause, have a look at those tasks, have a go at them, and then click play once you've had a go. Brilliant. Well done, guys. That's great. So towards the end then, year 7 is all about trying your best, trying new things, not labeling yourself, making mistakes, and practice, 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 getting in the right mindset for you to be awesome. And that is all we want for you, to feel proud of yourselves and feel like you've achieved. That's the end of this second session. I hope you've enjoyed it and I hope you've got an awful lot from it. I will see you back for the third session very, very soon. Take care.